Man, had a minor pause. We back though. We back.
All right, man. We're gonna start this next topic. Man, we talked enough about Ja. He's gonna come back up later in the episode for y'all Memphis stands. Next, we talking about next, Mikey.
Just talked about Ja a little bit. We got enough about Ja. Let's go. I want to go on to Philadelphia.
What about Philly, man? Everybody on this big three wave, man. I've never seen this many Tyrese Maxey fans in my life.
Yeah, they have started to pop out. He has been looking nice though. He's been looking real nice.
Cool.
He's been looking real nice. I mean, I'm kind of scared for Tobias. It's looking like he was. I thought Maxey was gonna be the one. I thought Maxey was gonna be the one to get like the short end of the stick, per se. I mean, because obviously they both guards. Maxey was like the point guard. Maxey was the point guard. Basically, everything. I want to say they roles are the same, but I mean, it takes the ball out of his hands a lot. Obviously, with Harden, kind of shifts him to more of an off-ball two guard in a way. But he's been. I thought he would be the one to get the short end of the stick, but he's been
opening up for him.
Yeah, it actually made him better. I think it's gonna stay that way. I think it's gonna unleash him. I mean,
him and James Harden got a good relationship. I saw that he was talking about it before Harden came. When the Nets played the Sixers and Harden was on the Nets, he said something about Harden complimenting him. It looks like they already got a good relationship and they already got chemistry. He moving without the ball, Harden getting him the ball again and beat the ball is looking good. So Tobias is getting the short end of the stick. I don't think he's getting the short end of the stick. I just don't think that he don't fit there anymore. Not with James Harden. Like when Ben Simmons was there, they needed that third piece that can get his own shot because, Ben's just Ben. But they got that now. They got somebody that can get their own shot and play make.
So you're saying he just can't be the fourth?
He can't fit. If he does fit, he'd have to be like a stretch forward in a way. Just hit your wide open shots.
What about this?
He doesn't catch and shoot. That's not Tobias.
What about this? What about maybe moving him to the bench?
Good, but you'd be paying a bench player $35 million a year.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's going to replace him as a starting forward? Korkmaz?
You could just start Millsap and then just have scoring off the bench, I guess. Just come in and let him do his thing off the bench. Maybe that'd be better.
I mean, they could. But again, he's for sure getting traded this offseason.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting what they do with that money if they do trade him without having to give away anything.
I mean, they can get something good, though. But for Harris and that contract.
I don't think he fits there, bro. He doesn't catch and shoot. I think, who was they playing? Who was they playing in our watch? It was the Timberwolves. And every time he passed the ball, even if he was wide open, he has to take that one-step shot. He just doesn't catch and shoot, and it really hinders him. But he was like the only person out of the group that shot 2 for 9 that game.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be a good fit.
Played okay against the Knicks, but it was kind of got going real late, and he only ended up with 14. But that's cool for. Yeah, I guess they don't need. Good. I
like seeing him play some real teams though. The Knicks.
Would you? Would you?
I'm supposed to take the Knicks serious and the Timberwolves. Not say the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves are a playoff team. The Timberwolves are a playoff.
They're both bad defensively. They're bad defensively though.
But they're a playoff team.
That's cool, but they have no defense. I could drop 30 on them.
They're a playoff team for a team that adding a player who never played together with the team. That's a big adjustment. Whenever you get a player like James Harden and you just beat
James Harden is a top 4 shooting guard, top 5 shooting guard. I hope that it's not no real adjustment.
Now he's a top. He's a top 5 shooting guard all the time. But any other time, he's not better than Dwayne Wade. Not Dwayne Wade. He's not better than Allen Iverson. He's not better than Allen Iverson.
I said there's people out there that think that he's not part of that camp. I think Allen Iverson was overrated. I thought you wouldn't know. You can keep the scoring titles.
Oh, really?
Yes. The scoring titles, I have nothing but one final.
He didn't have that much help, but that's a whole nother.
I guess it's farther than where James Harden won is the number 1. So, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm still taking Harden over AI any day. But Harden's my number 4. He'd have to win he might have to three-peat.
Three-peat?
Right. Harden choked a line. See, I know this is off topic, and I've been wanting to talk about this on my page on TikTok or something for a while. Y'all understand it's a flip side to the super team era, right? Like, it is a flip side to this. Like, not everybody's going to have the success story as LeBron or KD or even Dwayne Wade that formed these super teams and won. we're going to talk about these players who was on super teams or had all this talent and lost. And Harden fits into that category. Dwayne Wade did not have all that talent all his career. Who was it? Kobe didn't have all that talent. And Michael Jeffrey Jordan did not play with the amount of talent as James Harden throughout their career.
Who's saying that he's better than any of those guys, though?
There's a flip side. You said Dwayne Wade.
No, I said if he gets a championship, he's better than Dwayne Wade. Yes, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, if he gets a ring.
What was his role to get there? Crying out of, 2 organizations in 3 years to get with already had Joel Embiid?
I mean, well, Dwayne Wade played with a top 2 player ever, so if you want to discredit him because he's playing with great players, we could do that with Dwayne Wade as well.
I'm not discrediting anybody, but bro, D-Wade is one by himself as a team's best player. He got turned when they went down 2-0 to the Mavericks, I think. He got turned and did that shit. Is James Harden even the best player on his team right now? Can he get one as being the number one options? Because every time he does, he comes up short.
So you believe Joel Embiid is better than James Harden?
Yes, 1,000%. Yes.
Well, I guess that's where we butt heads because he's not. He's not.
Oh
no. He's not. He's just not. He's not. He's not. He's not. I'm sorry.
My God.
I'm sorry, Joel.
This season. I'm saying this season.
Here we go with this. Y'all gotta stop with this. Y'all gotta stop with this season shit.
In the last 2 years.
This season shit. This season right now. That shit is bogus, man. Because like I said, this is my perfect example. You're gonna tell me up and down that you're gonna swear up and down that DeMar DeRozan is top 10 right now. But come on, yeah, but is DeRozan really better than Zion Williamson?
This season.
Is he really better than Kawhi Leonard?
Bro, we doing it like that. Joel Embiid is actually really that better than James Harden. The last 2 years, Mike.
He was no, I don't know. I can't say he was just better than Harden last year.
Last 2 years, I'm saying combined. Like last 2 years, yes.
I can't say that. Yes. I can't say that. I can't. Before he got hurt, he was an MVP race too. You know that, right?
And I'd say, well, let me think. Is there any defenders in the East outside of Ben Simmons who's a better defender in the East than Joel Embiid? No, he's a top 5. He's a top 3 defender in his conference, and he's the second best big man in basketball.
Okay, Harden's the best guard in basketball.
And even then, I don't think he will ever have a case of he can win 2 championships and ain't above Wade.
If he wins one, the gap between D Wade and Harden is not like this huge gap, and I don't know why you think that.
It is because of success and accolades. Yes, it is.
Success and accolades.
Yes, success.
I don't know about accolades. I mean, they probably neck and neck with accolades.
Defense matters, Michael, and James don't got it.
You said accolades. I don't know about accolades. Harden might be up there with
Lord have mercy. He has 0 rings, and D Wade has 3.
Played with LeBron.
He has the one MVP he shouldn't have got over LeBron James, and we all know.
LeBron
and Dwayne Wade don't got one because they gave it to LeBron.
Okay, so if you want to do that, we can go with who should have won all day and all night. Come on, he won MVP. Don't take that away from him. Don't take that away from him.
Who could have won? We all know that was they gave it to him because they were sorry for him.
But you don't have to. You can't do that.
You see the stats. LeBron averaged more everything.
Okay, well, if we want to talk, okay, what about him getting robbed when he averaged 36, 6, and 6, and they were the 4th seed with Chris Paul?
I think Giannis is like defense is like up here in his like you can't even see it on the fucking screen.
You and this defensive thing, man.
It matters. James Harden is a one side of the ball, and that's okay. It's not most players can't do both sides of the ball like the best player in the league. But how is he over? There's no case for him to be over Dwayne Wade.
There literally is.
Especially with the ways he's leaving teams. No, the fuck it's not. You have to go through. Listen, he has to go through KD and JD and Russ. The Russ when he was actually playing good basketball.
No, don't count that. No, don't count that. Don't count that. He was not. Don't count that. He wasn't at his. No, you can't count that. That you can't do that.
But we're talking about all time, so we have to compare them throughout their careers, and even then,
highest though. He wasn't at his highest with that time. Like,
we can't judge their lowest too.
Okay, I guess we can. Okay, go ahead.
All-time greatness.
Okay, go ahead. Okay,
Wade was the shit from the jump. What? How old was he when he won that ring and Finals MVP?
He was like 23. It was his 3rd year, wasn't it?
From the jump. James Harden was a beating on fucking James. I mean, Dwayne Wade was beating on James Harden in the finals in what, year 5 of year 4 of James Harden?
I just don't think the gap is what you and other people think it is. I don't know why y'all think like
I don't know if no one's acknowledging the flip side of super teams. Like, can we talk about all the people that this man's played with? He played with Harden. He played with KD and Russ. He wasn't at his peak 6-man. I ain't judging him for losing that. Next, he gets Dwight Howard. He has Chandler Parsons,
Chandler Parsons. Do you hear yourself?
He was hot that year.
Do you hear yourself?
Didn't he lose to a rookie Dame or a year 2 Dame?
Do you hear yourself?
Lost to a year 2 Dame. Yes, he did. After that, after Dwight Howard, I don't want to do pick and rolls with Dwight Howard. Yeah, next. They picked him over Dwight. Next. Then who did he get? He was by himself for a couple years. Got Chris Paul. Didn't work. Russell Westbrook, again, didn't work. Goes and cries his way out. This man gained what? Mike, who else is gaining 30 or 20 fucking pounds because he ain't happy on the team he's on? He's at strip clubs instead of going to practice. He's throwing shots at teammates. Cries his way out.
I don't see. You're naming so much stuff. I don't see no case. I don't see no case.
What do you mean no case?
I don't see no case. I don't see no case for why Dwayne Wade is just way better than James Harden.
Because if D-Wade played with the amount of talent that he did, he'd have 8 rings. Period. Put D-Wade in year 1, 2, 3 with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. They're winning the finals multiple times. You can give him Chris Paul. They're going to make the finals at least once. You can give him. No, I ain't saying none with Westbrook. If you gave him Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
We've already seen him win a ring with Shaq. So what are we going to do when Harden loses with Joel?
The gap is not.
So when Harden loses with Joel in the same exact situation, what are we going to say?
The gap is not wide, man. It's close. It's not.
What's up with you wanting to give all these people these titles and promotions? But it's not how it works.
With these promotions. Who? James
Harden's going to be top 3. KD's going to be top 10. Fucking Curry's already top 10. All these promotions that ain't LeBron's. All these promotions and they haven't done anything.
Curry is top 10. KD is going to be top 10 with a.
You're trying to put him over D-Wade, and this man is. Dwayne Wade is not no choke artist. Dwayne Wade showed up in 2011. James Harden did not show up in what? What year was that when they played? 2012.
What about,
James Harden.
What about 2014? What about 2014?
What happened in 2014?
When they lost to the Spurs and they got blown out like every game or something like they by a record margin or whatever.
Who's talking about? The Heat?
D-Wade played horrible that final series.
He got to the finals.
He got to the finals, or was he playing with a top 2 player all time and a top 3 power forward?
That top 2 player of all time didn't win anything until he came to Dwayne Wade's team. I wonder why D-Wade ain't go to his team.
I wonder why he gave the keys to LeBron. But he won first, so he should have kept the keys. I mean, if he won first, he know what he's doing.
So would you say no to LeBron James if he said he wanted to go there? No, you wouldn't. Nobody is.
Hey, all I'm saying,
James Harden needs 2, 3, 4. He needs to be the number 1 option on at least 2 championship teams to ever has one. Do you know how much choking he has to overcome to get there? He's a choke artist. What? Choke. 2 for 13 in the game. 7.
This other false narrative that Harden is just like so horrible in playoff games needs to stop. I'm sorry, it needs to stop, bro. It needs to stop.
Ain't no damn narrative. That's a fact.
It's not true. He had one horrible series against the Spurs, and y'all just can't forget about it. Y'all just can't
turn the ball off his leg, getting blocked by a 40-year-old. Going 2 for 13 in Game 7 against Golden State.
Oh, the Golden State he had up 3-2?
13 from 3-point line.
The Golden State he had up 3-2.
No, Chris Paul helped him have him up 3-2.
Oh, Chris Paul had him up 3-2. Gotcha.
Yes. The guy who goes everywhere and wins, but you want to say is on the same level as a guy that's going everywhere and losing.
I mean, I just love how Chris Paul was clarified as a choke artist his whole career, but he gets a one finals run where 3 out of 4 teams are injured, and we just exalt him into the top 5 discussion, and he's just way over Russ. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that. It's false. He was looked at as a choke. You wanna know who he choked to? Harden. He choked to Harden. He lost to 3-1, and he ran to him. He never got to the conference finals until he met Harden. He never got to the conference finals. Not once.
So
Not once.
injuries didn't play a part of any of that at all. Injuries, it don't matter that he was injured or Blake was injured or DeAndre was injured.
That's
If they
another
was
thing.
hurt,
He was always fucking hurt. I blew a 3-1. I blew 3-1 to Harden. I was hurt though. I was hurt. I gotta play through a hamstring injury against the Spurs and throw up some bullshit off the backboard. I was hurt. He's always hurt. What else? Oh, we're up 3-2.
it gets teams farther.
We're up 3-2 against the Warriors. Oh, let me tear my hamstring again. He's always hurt. That's another thing. He's always hurt. Or always hurt.
It's not in their control, but when he's here, he helps. He just got fucking. The Suns was what was they? A fucking 11th seed before he came.
Let's not act like they weren't on an uptrend. Let's not act like they weren't on an uptrend. They were on an uptrend.
What do you mean up? Yeah,
They were going up.
They wouldn't lose to the finals the next year.
They would have made the playoffs.
That's what an 8 seed to get bounced, to get smoked.
They would have made the playoffs.
He took him to the finals. He's the reason James Harden got over any hump. Let's get that shit. Chris Paul set the pace. Because before Chris Paul, Harden wasn't seeing no Western Conference Finals appearances. Not one. He wasn't smelling it. He didn't taste it.
You do realize he got them to the conference finals without an All-Star.
When?
In 2015.
When? Against who?
The Warriors.
Against who?
The Warriors.
And what happened?
He got there before Chris Paul did.
Man. What year is this?
2015, the Warriors' first championship.
2015. No, they didn't.
Look it up right now.
Who the fuck did they play?
Look it up right now.
Brad, Harden did not make the Western Conference Finals.
Look it up.
We're not doing this.
Look it up.
2015 Western Conference Finals.
Without an All-Star.
Let me share this screen share.
Without an All-Star. James Harden fucking does this. He does
You
it.
can see it?
Yes. No.
You don't see it? You see it? Mike.
Yep.
Or you see it back? 2015 Western Conference Finals, Rockets and Warriors. See my boy Dwight Howard? He was on this team? No, he wasn't. Let's see.
Oh, so he got there without Dwight? Who did he have? He had no one.
He had Dwight. Let's look at this. He got bounced at 5?
Didn't have anybody. Willis?
He got bounced at 5. That's all I know, Mike. I mean,
Okay,
Dwight
so if we
Howard-
just going off wins and losses, we're not going off no context. Okay, I see. Just thank you for letting me know.
We've been looking at how everybody play. Let's look at this game 5. Gentleman ass sweep.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at it.
No damn conversation. Losing at 5. Only to win in one game.
They shouldn't have even been there. He didn't have anybody. You just brought up Chandler Parsons as his help.
Chandler Parsons had a couple good
Chandler fucking Parsons. Really?
About time.
Really?
Game 5. Elimination game. 14 under 20%, Mike. Lord,
In what? In what game? What game?
Lord have fucking mercy.
What game?
Game 5 in elimination.
What game? What game?
The elimination game. Game 5. He shot 18%.
Game 5. Willis.
Another
So you're gonna act like
we saw him.
they were down 3-1. They were down 3-1. It's not. I mean, I don't want to say it didn't matter, but let's be serious. It didn't matter.
Why would
It's no. It didn't matter.
That's an excuse to play bad.
I mean, it's not an excuse to play bad, but it's not like they were down 3-2, or it's not like they had a legit chance. I don't want to say they didn't have a legit
It's okay
chance,
that
but
he shot
come on,
20%. He shot 18%. You think?
I don't want to say it's okay,
You
but
think these narratives was just pulled out of? Let's go. They down 2-0. What does he do?
Willis. He averaged 20. He averaged 28, 7 and 6 on 46 from the field, 42 from the 3. in those 5 games. But you're going to tell me about a game 5 where they're already down 3-2? I mean 3-1.
We can go to game 3 and he did it again and shot.
Wait, hold on, Willis. No, let's do this. Okay, so the first 2 games that they lost, he averaged 33. He averaged 33, 9, and 10 with 3 steals, 3 fucking steals on 58% from the field. Those first 2 games. Oh, they lost both of them. Mm-hmm. He's a choke though. He's a choke. Okay. Game 3, he played bad.
No, he didn't play bad. He played horrible.
They lost.
Horrible at home.
I mean, well, okay, so they're down 0-3. He has another elimination game. He goes for 45. You're about to tell me he had a bad series. Wow. This is a choke? 28, 6, and 7.
It's okay. What they say, the series don't start until a team loses at home. And I believe in that. The series don't start until you play at home. He played at home and shot under 20%.
Willis. Okay, what about the games on the road? He averaged 33, 9, and 10 on the road, and they lost both games. And you're going to tell me he choked. And then he has a bad game. He has a bad game 3, and then you shame him for the whole series.
Let's go. 5 too.
Okay, boom. 2016. They lose in the first round. He averages 27, 8, and 5. They lose in the first round to the Warriors the next year. Okay, boom.
I bet they do lose to the Warriors next year in the first round.
Dude, James Harden literally he just can't beat the Warriors. That's it. That's literally it. He can't beat the Warriors. If the Warriors didn't go form that bullshit they did with KD, Harden.
No.
Okay, no, yeah, this is the San Antonio series.
No, Chris Paul would have did it, not James Harden.
You realize Chris Paul blew a 3-1 lead to him, right? You do know that.
What year is this? Since we on this
you do. You do know that. You do.
I remember that.
2015.
2015, what was it? The semi?
Yeah, he choked. He actually didn't play that hot this series. He actually didn't play that hot. He played okay.
When does he ever play hot?
Don't say it like that. Like he just chokes. Like this narrative that he just chokes is just horrible. I don't know where y'all got it from. Let's see. Year before that against Dallas. Oh no.
Chris Paul played 5 games.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why.
You're not even there.
I wonder why.
How do you blame him because he's hurt?
God damn. Same way you blame everyone else when they're hurt. Literally.
Look like Blake.
You literally hold it against Kyrie all the time. He's never here. I don't know what he's capable of. I don't know what he can do. He's never here
every single day, every single playoff series.
Now let's go to the Western Conference Finals in 18 when they were up 3-2. The series you say he choked. He averaged 29, 6, and 6
in Game 7, Mike.
In that series.
Choked in Game 7 is what I'm saying.
He had 32, 6, and 6. Okay, so that's a choke. That's a choke.
7 of the 2018 finals.
He had 32, 6, and 6.
I was talking about 2019 when he went 2 for 13, but let me see.
No, he went 2 for 13 this series. I mean, he didn't have that bad of a game.
15% from 3.
From 3. What about
15% from 3?
He didn't have that bad of a game.
He has 32 points on 30 shots. Not for a reason with 0 for 2. This thing he's been ass for a while, man.
And let's go to the next year in the conference finals. After that, in 2019, he averaged 35. You're going to tell me he choked because he lost. He averaged 35, 7, and 6. But you're going to tell me he choked because he lost, right?
not supposed to be James Harden.
You gonna tell me he choked because he lost?
So, bro, the truth of the matter is that he's.
Oh, yeah, let's make a James Harden
This is
episode.
none of them James Harden episode. We're talking about Billy.
In his 2 elimination games that series, he averaged 33, 6, and 6 with 4 steals. In the 2019 series, in the 2 elimination games, he averaged 33, 4 steals, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. But you're gonna tell me he choked because he lost.
I don't say he choked because he lost. I say he choked because he flames out when the time comes, like shooting 2 for 13 on the 3-point line. When they were saying he was a top 3, top 5. It's like he's top 8 in 3-point shooting all the time already. So there's no reason he's shooting 2 for 13 at all.
Dude,
game before he shot basically.
I mean, when you look at the game, look at the series in totality. Look at the game in totality. He didn't play that bad.
About when it matters. When it matters, he sold. Down 0-2, you finally at home. He sold. Game 7, he sold. The whole series against the fucking.
How did he sell? I just read you the numbers. How did he sell? Last year in the bubble against LeBron, 29, 7 and 4, 50% from the field, 38 from 3. Oh my God! He doesn't. This narrative that he just flames out in the postseason.
But you don't know what you're getting from him. We can say Giannis is gonna give you this in the playoffs. We can say KD, LeBron, even Joel to an extent. You can say they're gonna give you something. He's on record doing it on an occasion. It's gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen.
I don't know about that first name, bro. Just because you get to the finals one time, you don't forget about all the other. I don't know Giannis is just going to perform every year. I don't know that. I don't know why. I don't know why. What are you doing? Willis, he flamed out. He probably flamed out more times than Harden, bro. And you're gonna tell me we know he's gonna perform.
Shit, I know. I'm here for you, Giannis. Mike, one day we're gonna be famous. He's gonna see this. Cause I'm here.
Now, if he does it again this year, then fine. But I mean, over the last 4 seasons, he had one good postseason, and you're gonna
they showed up and it was just him because they did the same thing that they did all these other years. The difference is Giannis got better. Something James Harden hasn't done. He's got worse. James Harden's gotten worse every single year, and Giannis has done nothing but improve. We talked about the Game 7 2 podcasts ago when Drew and Chris both got under 30 fucking % in Game 7. Did it fucking matter, Mike?
I just don't understand how you can play bad for 4 out of maybe like 3 out of the last 4 playoff series, playoff runs.
At least he flamed out and played bad against actual defenders. Who was guarding James Harden?
Now you're making an excuse for him playing bad. I was playing
Kawhi. So
that bullshit.
Serge Ibaka hasn't led the league in blocks before. Marcus Paul is a former DPO.
Are you that guy?
Kawhi Leonard is not a 2-time DPO.
Are you that guy? Are you that guy?
He's getting
Are you the guy?
Who locked up LeBron in 2011?
Are you that guy or are you not that guy? Are you that guy? Are you the guy? If you're the guy, it shouldn't matter who you're playing. It shouldn't matter. It should never matter who you're playing. You show up no matter what.
Yes or no? Kawhi Leonard better than
was what?
2019. Yes.
In my opinion, yes.
So is it a problem that he lost to a better player?
It's not a problem that he lost to a better player. It's a problem that he flamed out.
He played
and lost to a better player. Okay, so you're gonna use that as an excuse. So because his whole team flamed out, you're gonna give him an excuse for flaming out?
Mike, if your teammates are hitting shots, they're gonna double and triple team.
Look, I was told we live with results. The results was he underperformed, and you're gonna keep saying he didn't have any help. And
those are all not sniffed the finals since coming off the bench. But you're not telling me him doing it in 1 year don't make you this, that, or third. So how was 1 year making him overweight? Huh? How's 1 finals gonna get him overweight? 1 ring.
I mean, because
no, it's not. It's not. It isn't gonna get him over.
It's not what. because the gap is already
You're-
it's like this. He's just
you-
the only argument because the only argument you can say is he has a championship. And if he has a championship like Dwayne Wade does, there's no argument.
It is. Dwayne
There's
Wade
no
has
argument.
more. And he's always been a better defender. He's actually made all defensive teams. He's also
He has more. He has more. Okay, he has more.
he's a better playoff performer than James Harden on a consistent basis too. He's a better finals performer on a well, we can't say a finals basis because James only seen it once when he was riding the coattails of Russ when he was good and Kevin Durant. You telling me a top European top 6 point guard ever and a top 10 player ever rode their coattails and ain't seen it since? Not once. He hasn't smelled it. And when he did, he shot 2 for 13 from 3.
Yeah, he had 32 that game. Shot 41%.
That's not nothing. He's a loser.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
And when you think about it, this is another thing you don't take into account. Willis, they didn't have Chris Paul.
What the fuck? They had God.
He had 30, and they didn't have Chris Paul. Meaning, what could the Warriors do? What could the Warriors do? They could double him. They could put all the attention on him.
I care about results.
They could
You
focus.
just told me I care about results. Results, and the results. He shot 2 for 13. We said great players get through it. Great players get used to being double teamed. So when
He did. He had 30.
shot-
Giannis didn't have 30. That's the difference.
he made
But he had 30.
30 points and 30 shots, that's not no accomplishment.
I mean, 41%.
30 shots to get 32.
But when you take into account the attention that they can focus on him without CP3, I mean, that's pretty good.
Right.
This gap between this gap between Dwayne Wade and Harden, it's invisible.
Oh,
It's
goddamn.
it's invisible. It's invisible.
You can say maybe talent-wise, I'll give Harden the gap by maybe this much because Dwayne Wade was an elite defender for 10-plus years before his knees gave out. But postseason success and postseason performances, they're not close. Finals performances, they're not close at all. Not one bit. They're not nowhere near each other. And he's going to do the same thing this year that he's done throughout his whole career. He's going to sell when it matters.
He doesn't sell his whole career though. That's just a false narrative, bro.
And y'all covering up Joel Embiid like he don't do the same damn thing. You don't do it as often as Harden, but he's also someone who doesn't show up consistently in the playoffs, and it's going to happen again with Philly.
He's had his moments. It's like all players had their moments. But more than not,
because he shows up and shows out when you're not playing passive and inconsistent. But James Harden, I don't know what I'm getting.
more than not, Harden will show up.
I wouldn't say that. It's not more than not.
More than not, he will show up. We done made this about Harden, bro. We just wasted our whole. Because you want to call him a choke. No, he's not. That's a false narrative, and I don't know where y'all got it.
Choked in the finals when he played for OKC. 2013. Harden choked in the first round against a team missing Westbrook. Harden shot 7 for 22 at home in the elimination game against OKC team missing Westbrook. So, Harden choked in the first round, losing the first 2 games at home to the Blazers. Harden had an extremely inefficient series. Harden had made 1 field goal for 2 points, 0 free throws made, and 0 assists in the last 18 minutes of 2014 Game 6 closing game. Lose to Dame. He's just he's a sellout. He got benched in an elimination game in 2015. This is not nothing new.
No. Willis, they were down 3-0. Any elimination game from there doesn't matter.
Because
you're down 3-0. You don't have a
when they were down 0-2.
What do you mean because of him? I just read the numbers. Well, 2015.
2015. I was reading my notes.
The Warriors.
Bro, he's a sellout, Mike. Why do you argue this? Because if it was anybody else, you'd agree.
Harden doesn't sell out like y'all make it seem. He's just been in bad spots, man. He just can't beat the Warriors. He can't
Can't
beat the
beat the
Warriors.
Spurs either. They lost by 39 in Game 6.
He can't beat the Warriors. You're holding him against him for losing to a. They weren't 73-9, but that year, but for obviously the best team in the league, and he shouldn't have even been there. They were down 3-1 in the conference finals, and he came back from that. They shouldn't have even been there. He didn't have another All-Star, and you're finna shame him for losing the 3 All-Stars that year by 5 when he showed out and played well the whole series. And you're gonna say he played bad in elimination games. They were down 3-0. It didn't matter.
This shit happens again. I'm gonna clip this shit because it's gonna happen. That inevitable that he's gonna choke again.
He's not. He's not. He's never had an offense. He's never had a player since he hit his prime. He's never had a player with the offensive capability as Joel Embiid. I hope defenses try. You realize, okay, in your opinion, Joel Embiid is what? I said when he was in his prime.
James Harden.
I said since he hit his prime. I said since Harden hit his prime. I forgot. But he got hurt, and they were on pace to make the finals. Come on, don't do that. Don't start. Don't start. They're not getting past the Nets. They're not getting past nobody. In your opinion, they just gave Harden a top 10, you would probably say top 7 player. We've never seen Harden in his prime in the playoffs with a player with the offensive capabilities as Joel Embiid. We can agree on that, right? Yes, we can agree on that. That's common ground. Okay. So that means they can't just key in and focus on Harden anymore. And that goes for Embiid too. Embiid has never had a player like Harden up top creating for the offense like Harden can in the playoffs. So you can't just focus on Embiid. You can't just focus on Harden. I'm telling you, now watch. Harden is gonna he might have one of the best playoffs ever just because of Embiid. You can't just key on Harden. You want to say Chris Paul? He's not that much of a. Come on, let's be real. He's not. I don't want to say he's not a threat, but he's not a heavy scoring threat.
And then once he left,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Injured, my bad. They smoked Harden. They rolled him in a.
I mean, well, they were playing, in your opinion, a top 3 basketball team ever.
Clint Capella that series. Who was guarding Harden? Who was double teaming Harden?
But they were playing a top 3 team all time.
He's like 45.
I said you can have that series, but that's the only liable series.
Series. He does this. He's gonna do it again.
He played well.
They're not getting past the Bucks, and they're not getting past the Nets. That shit.
He's never had a player like Embiid who can take so much attention off of defenses like Embiid. I'm telling you, Harden is gonna go off. So is Embiid. It's bound to happen. They're probably gonna win the finals, bro.
They can do something with Tobias, but they're not doing shit this year at all. That shit dead.
They're probably gonna make the finals.
Second round.
They're probably making the finals, bro.
Brooklyn or Milwaukee.
I don't know about Brooklyn. Brooklyn is on the downskirts. I don't know if I want to ride with them anymore.
They wouldn't.
Oh no! If they get to the finals, they're gonna win, regardless of who they play. Regardless if they play the Warriors, the Suns, whoever they play, they're gonna win.
On this James Harden topic, bro. Why are we on this thing, man? You want to just go to pretenders and contenders?
Yep.
Well, we already know who I think is a pretender. The 76ers. You got them being contenders. We don't need to talk about that. We just went on James Harden for 40 minutes.
Yeah, we did.
What?
Hey, I got a hot one for you, though. I know what you're going to say, and
Don't
sounds
say
crazy.
Nothing about Cleveland, bro. Right. Is this about Cleveland or Boston, bro?
Can you let me talk? It sounds crazy. But if they get Jaylen Brown back,
Contenders?
are they? It's
contenders?
Huh?
No.
Yeah. So, like, the gap between them and the first four teams is just, like,
talent-wise and
very wide.
yes. Because outside of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and even if it doesn't work 24/7, who else is going to give them buckets their step up to the plate? Marcus Smart is hurt. Well, he gonna come back eventually, but Marcus Smart's not gonna give it to you.
No, Marcus Smart was playing last night.
Who just got? Oh, Jaylen Brown injured his ankle. Marcus Smart injured his before him. They just don't have the firepower to mess with teams like Brooklyn or the 76ers or the Bucks. They don't have firepower. They don't have a superstar. It's a superstar-driven league. We talking about Brooklyn.
When I told you that about Brooklyn, the Jazz last year, it didn't matter.
Brooklyn only got one superstar, but we're not gonna act like Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving isn't stars / all-stars. They don't have the power. They just don't have the firepower to beat them. They're gonna be a tough out though, because if everybody gets on all cylinders,
I'd agree.
It's gonna take 6-7 games, which could cost the team. Because if the Bucks, Nets, or the 76ers got to go 7 games and then end up playing each other the next series, that might hurt them. You talking about playing a rested Bucks team or a rested 76ers or a rested Nets team after playing the Celtics 6-7 games?
I don't know though. The way it's looking, no team is really gonna like have a rest except the 1 seed and maybe the 2 seed. Yeah, the 1 and 2 seed. Because the 3 and 6 is probably gonna be a good series. What is it? 4 and 5? That's 4 teams right there.
I don't know who's going to win. I don't know.
Like those, yeah.
I don't. Like honestly, if I was asked to pick the final seed, I wouldn't be able to. If I had to make a prediction, it's too many things when there's too many injuries.
I don't know. It's just like it's fishy with me. One day I ride with the Philly. Then I think about the Nets. But then I think about how Kyrie is probably not. It's looking bad. He's probably not, I'm going to assume he's not going to ever come back.
Shit about him. I'm done with Kyrie. We all thought he was about to play, and then 2 days later, it turns out he can just be a fucking spectator. I don't know who's going where.
Yeah, that was
I don't think Boston's a contender, though. I think they're an elite playoff team. I think it's possible they got that type of run that the Hawks did last year. It's possible.
I was about to say, okay, so could they make the conference finals? Yes.
Yeah, it's possible with somebody choking. Yeah, someone got to go and choke. It has to be. It's too close. Like if you have 5 teams, like someone's gonna choke. Like one team, someone has to underperform. Everybody cannot be playing on all cylinders, bro. It's not happening. It's not.
I mean, it's obvious.
You have 5 teams that are maybe, well, now 6 if you include Boston. You got 6 teams that are heavy ball players in the East. You got Boston, you got fucking Chicago, Bucks, 76ers, Nets. Who am I forgetting? Philly? Did I say Philly? Did I say Philly? No, Philly. Cavs. I didn't say Philly, did I? No, Philly.
Cavs.
I'm not believing. The Cavs is a first-round exit. I don't want to hear nothing about them either. No, they're not. They're losing in 5. They're losing in 5.
Tough out.
Someone's always hurt, and they don't have the experience. Like, they have Isaac Okoro is a good perimeter defender, but outside of him, they often.
But we're a really good defensive team, though, so you can't really say that.
Who played with 3? Lord?
That's what really wins this game is defense.
Man,
what about them?
The Cavs go against the Celtics. They're losing in 5 for sure. Jason Tatum is going to cook. Jason Tatum is going to cook the fuck out of whoever is playing. Before he be Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Laurie Marshall.
The Cavs are.
He's going to cook the fuck. Jalen Brown is going to cook Isaac.
We're a great team. We're a great team, bro.
I'm going to a playoff game, bro. I've never been to a playoff game. This shit is going to be lit.
You said what?
To a playoff game?
No, you don't get to go.
What the fuck? You not the Cavs police?
You don't get to go because all last year when I was saying they're going to be in the hunt, you was like, no, they're never going to be good. They suck. The Browns suck. The Cavs suck. Cleveland just horrible. I'm from Atlanta. I rock with the Hawks. But now the Cavs winning. Now you want to act like you down. And I've been peeping you too, saying we. It ain't no we. It ain't no we. You wasn't with us last year. I don't claim Cleveland. I'm born in Atlanta. I have a street named after me. You're not a Cavs fan. Bro, you're not a Cavs fan, dude. All you do is shame Cleveland. You shame the Browns. You shame the Cavs last year.
Shame Colin Sexton. I hope they trade him when he's a restricted free agent, sign and trade or something. I hate Colin Sexton. Hated him in Alabama. Hated him in Cleveland. He's a six man. He's a six man.
Bro, you don't put somebody who averages 25 a game on the bench.
Yes.
You don't put somebody who averages 25 a game on the bench.
Slow the game down and slow the ball down.
Him and Darius Garland
play
pretty
the
well,
keys, and he driving the engine right to the top to a home playoff game, home advantage playoff series. And I'm gonna be at 2 of the games when they go 5. They're losing in game 5. I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna laugh.
You're so cool.
I said I told you so.
You're so corny, bro. Oh, you want to do all that shaming. Last year, talking about we're never going to be good. The mistakes by the lakes. The Cleveland is just an L. Cleveland is a walking L. I don't claim Cleveland. I'm going to leave.
Are they contenders? Nowhere near.
No. But you're not a part of the Cavs fan base. You're not. You don't get to be. You don't get to be. You shamed us. You wasn't with us. No, you wasn't with us when we were all garbage. You clowned me all last year. Oh, you thought the Cavs were going to do something. You weren't with us. You weren't with us.
You're going to be disappointed when they lose in 4 or 5 against whoever they play.
They're not getting swept. I guarantee that now. They're not.
Match it against the Boston Celtics or the Nets. You're getting swept.
They're not going to have to play the Nets, though. And even if they do, they're probably not going to get swept.
Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant plays, they are going to roll up Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Markkanen, LeVert. He's going to smoke a... He don't smoke.
They'd win at least... They'd win one game. One game.
They're not winning
the Cavs.
They're getting swept. Whoever plays the Cavs, though, get them up out of there quick because they know what's coming out in the second round. Second round, you're going to look at either the Nets, Brooklyn and Nets. You're going to see Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Chicago, or Philadelphia. No one wants to play any of those teams, so they're going to try and get as much rest as they can, and they're going to get the Cavs out of here, and I'm going to enjoy it. I like the Cavs, but not...
Why do you enjoy it?
Not as much as
Why would you enjoy
it? Giannis versus Miami or KD versus Harden. I'm ready for that. That's what I'm ready for. I don't want to see no damn Cleveland losing or turning on the fucking Boston Celtics and they down 3-1. I don't want to watch that. I want to see what I want to see. What we all came here for. What we all ready for. And let's see who's coming out of the East. And I think we already know who's coming out of the East, Mike.
Well, you just said you don't do finals predictions. So is this your prediction? Say it right now.
I'm gonna say right now. Because they're my favorite team. And if I lose, I'm not wrong. I'm just supporting my favorite team, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
If you lose,
if they lose, I'm not wrong because they're my favorite team. I'm just supporting my favorite team, bro.
Okay.
You're a hater. You're a hater because none of your teams is doing nothing.
Okay.
I haven't talked to LeBron or any of them in a while. What are they, like 8 games below 500? We have a podcast back then, y'all. But hey, Mikey was posting a lot. He was saying, I don't know what no one's going to say. No one's going to ruin my day as soon as Russ got traded. Like, I remember that day like it was yesterday.
I didn't. I can test. I can test to all this. This is what I said, guys. I said that the Lakers would be a good team. I mean, nobody expected them to miss the playoffs. Wait. So you
Kylan and them was in the group chat. Ring.
Wait, so you expected them? Wait, so you expected them to miss the playoffs? That's what you expected?
I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you, man. But I didn't expect it to work, and it doesn't work.
Dude, you agreed with me. You
No,
said they
I
were
didn't. I
going to
wish
make
you
the
would stop
finals.
trying to put this
Stop
narrative.
lying. Yes, we did.
No,
You said
I
we were going to make the
didn't.
finals. I'm gonna pull up the first pod and I'm gonna find it in the beginning of the next pod. I'm showing them because you're lying. So I'm about to give you one more chance. I'm about to give you one more chance. I'm about to give you one more chance so you don't get caught and look dumb
All right.
next week. So tell the people that you did not
Didn't
pick
pick the
the Lakers
Lakers
to
to
make
make
the
the finals. I didn't pick. No, I didn't.
finals. Okay.
It don't matter because the Bucks gonna go. Giannis gonna be a back-to-back champ, Mike.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, last year it took a lot for him to get there. He needed what he needed Jimmy Butler and Bam out of
It
bio
seems
to
like
play
they gonna do that
horrible.
consistently. That's what.
Then
Hey, we gonna talk about Miami. Are they contenders or pretenders? They got.
please don't tell me. No. Please don't tell me about the. Don't tell me you falling into this train that Jimmy Butler had a bad game the other night and now it's just over and this is what I'm worried about. This is all I've been seeing. This is what I've been worried about. The offense for the Miami Heat. Nobody ain't been worried about that all year. Jimmy Butler had one bad game and now y'all.
I shoot better than Bam at this point.
Jimmy Butler has one bad
like
game.
Last year against him. That's all it took.
Yeah. He has one bad game, and now y'all just I don't know. I'm questioning Miami as contenders. I don't know. He does this. Y'all wasn't talking about nothing. Jimmy Butler was in MVP talks at the beginning of the year before he got hurt. He was in the MVP discussion, and he has one bad game, and now all I see is this. This is what I've been worried about. His offensive consistency and him not being able to shoot. No, yes, the Heat are contenders. Willis. Let me pull something up for you, okay? Let me pull something up because I was looking at this. No. I was looking at this yesterday. Okay, so the Bucks, Jimmy Butler against the Bucks. Yeah, I'm not about to look for it. They play the Suns Sunday. The Bucks. That's a good. No, Chris Paul's hurt, like always. But yeah, Chris Paul's always hurt. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, yeah, the Heat. You realize they lost by 1 point. It took Drew Holiday driving all the way down the court, bullying his way to the rim, throwing up a floater off the glass. It took that in a game where Giannis had 25 and like 18 and 4 or something like that. What's up?
I'll see you, brother. I'm out of here.
All right, man. Enjoy yourself. It took that. It took Middleton having 25, and I think Holiday had 20-something. Jimmy Butler had 6 points, and they lost by 1. Now, I know Tyler Hero had 30. That's probably not going to happen every now and then. But once again, Jimmy Butler had 6 points. He had 6 points. And now y'all about to say that the Heat are looking iffy because they lost to Giannis by 1, where their stars had the best games of their lives, and Jimmy Butler played horrible, and it took Drew Holiday driving down the court for a layup for them to win. You about to tell me that? You about to tell me they pretenders? Say
I'm
it.
not saying
Say
that.
it.
I don't think that. That is the talk on social media, but I don't believe it. I think when it comes to ranking the contenders, they'd probably be third on my list.
Who's 1
Milwaukee
and 2?
in Brooklyn. At least in the Eastern Conference contenders. I mean, Bam, you got points, but Bam had 18 being guarded by Bobby Portis. If he's only dropping 18 on Bobby Portis, what are he gonna drop on Brook Lopez if he comes back? When he comes back. What is he gonna do when that happens? Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez didn't play. Pat Connaughton didn't play. Both people who was key contributors to them sweeping them last year. Key contributors. They didn't play.
Yeah. Bobby Portis. You said who didn't play?
Brook Lopez.
Pat Connaughton and. Oh, right. Okay. And then you keep talking about them being swept. We're not going to act like we didn't just go through the quickest turnaround in NBA history. That has some.
No, it doesn't. We're not going to keep giving weight to this. They are professional athletes. This is their job. Their job.
Oh, but you can justify the Chiefs not making the Super Bowl because they were tired. You can, but when I say But when I said that they had the quickest turnaround in history, they're professional athletes. But when the Chiefs are
to say that the Chiefs are good.
you were saying they're
The Chiefs are done
tired.
4 fucking games into the fucking season. They're done. They're done. They're not making anything. It's Browns time. It's Browns time. We're going to the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs came back and made you look dumb. They won their fucking division too. Because they're like that. The Chiefs are just that. They're just that. The Heat aren't tired. They choked. Jimmy Butler choked. Bam Adebayo is a very inconsistent mid-range shooter. He's inconsistent. He's no better than Rudy Gobert right now. No better. He's a better playmaker. But outside that, he's Rudy Gobert 0.75. And Jimmy's gonna keep getting locked up by he's gonna keep getting locked up by Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. It's gonna keep happening. He's gonna keep getting locked.
I've been seeing so much BS about how the Heat are. Oh, just stop it, man. Had one bad game and they lost by 1 to the defending champs, and y'all about to blow it out of proportion. Like they're not contenders. Are they a 1 seed? Well, that don't. And they didn't have Kyle. No, they didn't even have Kyle Lowry. They didn't even have Kyle Lowry that game.
I'm not one of the people that's gonna say that they're gonna win or lose off of a fucking regular season game. I think that's dumb. I think people are just so bored that they come up with dumbass narratives like that. Because nobody's gonna just take a regular season game and a part of the season where no one cares about anything serious. Let's be real. Us and all the NBA players are just waiting for the playoffs. That's all this is. That's all it is. We're waiting. So I don't see why we would use one regular season game where both teams are injured to try and justify someone making the finals or being a contender. Now, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
Ain't much else to talk about in the East, man. What you think about the West contenders? This is part that we both been waiting for probably all week, man, since Jai that 52 piece against the Spurs, man. We all been waiting for this Western Conference contendership, man. And I'm just here to say that it's,
I think it's obvious.
I'm here to say that it's only 2 to 3 contenders. Golden State, Phoenix, and the Denver.
Don't say Denver. They're not getting them back. They're not getting them back. They're not.
They are coming back.
You can't. And even if they do, who's to say that they're just gonna come back and everything is just gonna be fucking peaches and cream? Michael Porter Jr. hasn't played all year. Has he played? What did he play? Like 10 games, maybe? I don't remember him playing. I love Michael Porter Jr. by the way. I think he's gonna be a great player. I love him by the way. And Jamal Murray hasn't played since what, the fucking bubble? I don't remember Jamal Murray neither. And you're telling me they're just gonna come back and it's gonna be peaches and cream? No, that's not how it works. That's how it works.
You told me when it came to Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson, who still doesn't look the same. So
Kevin Durant, you're talking about the guy that dropped 31 last night.
They would, if not better. KD came back and looked the same. Klay Thompson,
but he proved it. He just dropped 31 last night, and he averaged. And he was in the MVP talks last year.
Back the same, right?
Coming
so
off
why
an
can't Jamal Murray or MPJ? One of the two. Why not?
Well, for one, you're talking about the best player in the NBA, and you're comparing him to what? Jamal Murray, and you're comparing him to Jamal. You're comparing Jamal Murray to the best player in the NBA. That's just flawed. 2, you're comparing Michael Porter Jr. to the best player in the NBA. That's also flawed. And a player isn't a player, though.
They're going to be good. I don't know why. Why should I like if Jamal Murray played the last 2 weeks of the season and a whole playoff series in which they beat the Memphis Grizzlies? Why are we acting like that's not enough reps for him to be a good second option or third option?
I'm not saying that he's just not going to be good, but I'm not going to act like he just is going to be good. I mean, he hasn't played basketball in 2 years.
Act like this, and we're going to assume that we're going to assume the worst is 2 contenders, and that's Golden State and the Suns.
So you're just not sold on the Grizzlies?
Not in the playoffs. No, I'm not. Not when the game slows down and teams aren't making mistakes, so John Morant can beg for the ball and try and dunk on somebody in transition. He's not dunking. He's not dunking on Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Ayton, Nikola Jokic.
I don't know. He gave him 30. He gave him 30 a game last year, and you told me he was the defensive player of the year, and he dominated that paint with him down there, and he had 47 in a game too.
5 games.
He had 40. He had
But that
47
47
and
wasn't enough
lost.
because he lost in 5. Maybe you should try and drop 50 like Will.
Rudy Gobert is in top. Wilt is top 8 all time. Top 7. Top 8 or 7. He's top 8 or 7 all time. He's better than Bill Russell. Bill Russell is so overrated to me. I swear he is. Got 30 and 30 dropped on your head.
Grizzlies are. I just know. I hate the media and y'all are all. You is just such like y'all are so ready to just see that new thing or just to give somebody a promotion. Like y'all just want to see somebody improve so bad, and that's not how the league works, bitch. They're not getting out of the first round. They're not doing it. It's not happening. Not happening. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know who's coming out of
even
because I don't know.
Even without Jamal
made
Murray
it to the finals without
and
Chris Paul. I know he's only out 2 months, but he got hurt twice in the playoffs last year alone. He got hurt against who was that? Who they play after Denver? The Clippers. He got hurt in the Clippers series. He tweaked something, and in the Lakers series, he couldn't even use his left fucking arm. I don't know if Chris Paul is going to be available. He's getting the Anthony Davis treatment at this point. I don't know who's contenders in the West. I'm not a big fan of the Golden State Warriors either without Draymond.
Yeah, they've been.
I don't know who's going
rough.
anywhere. So I'm under the belief that the Eastern Conference Finals will be the NBA Finals. Whoever makes it out the West is losing in 5. It can be the Grizzlies.
That's what I said. I
think Golden State.
Whoever.
It can be Phoenix. Shit, it can be the fucking Mavericks. They're all losing in 5 against whoever they play out of the East. None of them has a record.
You think 5?
6 max against Brooklyn, the 76ers, God forbid they make it, Miami, or Milwaukee. None of the teams in the West can compete with any of them. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rolling with the Suns. But like I've been saying, it's coming back to the East. They're not. I don't think they can beat anybody in the East.
And, if you ain't stopping Giannis, someone who you can actually game plan for, you're not stopping Kevin Durant or Joel Embiid and James Harden or Kyrie Irving. It's not happening. Not happening. No one even has the tools to stop any of them players in the West. No one does. Maybe Golden State could possibly outscore them, but I'm not trusting Curry in the finals. I don't know about you. I've seen that story way too many times. I'm not watching it again. But as far as contenders go, if I had to pick 3, I'll just go Denver, Phoenix, and Golden State. I don't got the Grizzlies as a contender after 1 year of Ja Morant improving. And everyone else has been hurt. The Jazz have been hurt. The Lakers have been hurt. The Clippers is hurt.
You told me injuries happen and we don't discredit our players. That's what you told me.
How are you a contender because everybody else is hurt?
God. The same way how Bucks were a contender last.
I'm gonna say next year when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard comes back, they're gonna roll up the West in a fucking blunt and smoke them. They're gonna smoke them.
Yeah,
Norman Powell, Reggie Jackson, Zubac, Harden sound off the bench has been playing good. They're gonna smoke the Western Conference. It's gonna happen. Unless Kawhi
Ty Lue is a great
goes back. What's called degress. Unless Kawhi degresses, I think they're gonna have a really easy time in the West. Well, maybe Denver's gonna give them room.
He's Well, no, I was about to say they're going to load up too.
So Murray will be back healthy. They may give them room for their money. But outside
of that might be the.
I said outside of that, I can't really see nobody in the West competing. Maybe I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know though. Another year with Clay, and a full year with Wiseman.
Wiseman still hasn't played. He tore his MCL like 20 months ago and hasn't played. It's meniscus. It hasn't played in like 18, 20 months. I don't know what's going on with him. Kuminga's looking solid though. Moses isn't, but Kuminga is.
Yeah.
Damn, the West really has been hurt all year. That's tough. Lakers out of it, Nuggets out of it, Clippers out of it. Warriors just got back healthy and Draymond's out of it. Phoenix is now hurt. If the Grizzlies win a playoff series or make the finals, it's just because everyone else is hurt. It's going to be the same thing as you said about Phoenix last year, and I hope you can admit that too when it's not in your favor anymore. I hope you can admit that. I hope you can admit it. You and Kylan, who wanted to be on Phoenix's dick because everybody else was hurt. So if the Grizzlies make it to the finals on an injured path, you going to admit it?
I see you setting up your argument for Ja Morant possibly being in his first finals appearance. I see you setting it up early. I see you setting it up early, huh? I see you setting it up. Skip said they're winning it all. Skip said they're not going to get there. They're going to win. Skip Bayless said they're going to win. Skip Bayless said they're going to win. So them making it isn't a stretch.
If they do make it, it's going to be strictly because all these teams is like severely injured. Severely. I'm talking CP3 out, Murray, MPJ out. I'm talking about PG and Kawhi is out. I'm saying Anthony Davis is out. LeBron missed some games this year. At that point, who else in the West is it to beat? Clay's out.
I mean, you act like they still have to get through the war. They still have to get through the Warriors. They're going to have to get through the Warriors or the Suns.
The same Warriors team they beat in the play-in.
They're probably going to have to get through the Mavs. Bro, if Ja Morant makes it, it's not going to be because of injuries. No, it's not. They're going to have to get through the Warriors. They're probably going to have to get through the Mavs.
The third seed. And then he's going to go against a 2 seed and 1 seed. 2 seed. No, he'd go against the 1 seed. They go against Phoenix in the second round. That'd be a good series. I'm not going to fake. The Grizzlies versus the Phoenix Suns without Chris Paul. That might be a series.
Why are you saying without Chris Paul? He's not supposed to be back.
He's hurt every playoff series. Every playoffs, bro. Every single one he is hurt. And then the ones he shows up for, it's not like they really matter. Like, let's be real. Did we really care? What was this, the bubble year? Did we really care if Chris Paul and the Thunder made the playoffs? No, we didn't. We didn't even think they was going to get there. Hey, Chris Paul. That's another conversation before I talk about wrestling. I'm getting off track too much. I'm just saying, they're not making it, bro. They're not making it. The Memphis Grizzlies are
they can, and it's not a stretch like you think it is, bro.
You think they could beat the Suns, like, in all seriousness?
Yeah.
No, they're not, bro. It's not. I'm not falling for this.
Hold on.
man, they would like shut the city. It would just be so much going on, just people everywhere. Like it's this area called College Park, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And also, it was like anything goes, and everybody